Hi, everyone. Come on in. Come on in. I hope everyone had a great Memorial Day weekend. If you are here now, you are watching the replay. So um, please hit hashtag replay for me so I know you stopped by. My name is Molly Young, and you are here for paper weaving, something we can do with junk journaling that I've recently started to get into, and it's really cool. We're going to wait for some people to get on as this is a live. So we'll wait for some friends and then we're going to get started here. I'm excited. I'm excited. Not seeing any eyeballs yet. Couple minutes late because my phone was acting up. So hopefully it's going to be okay. I'm using my phone as my webcam. Hi, everyone. Come on in. Let me know you're here. I have something I'm so excited about to do today with you guys, and it's so easy and it looks so cool. And I want to start using this method in my junk journals. So we're going to have some fun. Nikki, good morning. You're off today? How fun. I'm so glad you could be here. Robin's here. Nikki and Robin, your stuff went out this morning. Lori's here. And the second Molly is here today. Molly Jasper. Welcome in, you guys. I'm so glad you're here. I'm not going to wait long. We're just going to get started and then I'll welcome anyone in as they come. I know it's hard when you're on a live and someone sits there for 20 minutes welcoming everyone. It's kind of like, get on with the program. So why don't we just go ahead and do that? So guys, I wanted to share with you, I've been watching and here's what happened. I have to back up a second. I have an old iPhone that I use as my webcam, and I went to go grab it, and it's been sitting all since Friday night, and it died. So it's upstairs charging right now. So I had to use my main phone as my webcam to come on here. Um, there was a picture I wanted to show you. Because there's a lady, I think it's called Treasure Books on YouTube. I highly recommend her. And I'm going to be taking some of her methods and using them in my lives. So, I had taken a picture of it on my phone to put up to the camera, and I can't do that now because I needed to use my phone as my webcam. So anyway, um, I've been playing around. This is my very first attempt at doing a paper weave, and then I cut it down. And I really kind of liked it. I was just playing around trying to learn the method of it, and I used it in my photo this morning. Well, then since then, I went in and started to I know, isn't this so cool? You guys are gonna be addicted. You're gonna totally be addicted. But yeah, I went in and did this one after that with some of the leftover scraps I have. And what else I really like about this is that if you have we all have scraps from doing our junk journaling. This is the perfect project for it. Now, mine are going to be a little bit more coordinated than I'm using today, but there's so many we can do, but you don't nothing has to be coordinated. You can do things that don't even go together and it looks beautiful when you're done. So, um Um, so I think this is gonna be fun. So it might be a little boring to watch, but I'll try to entertain you as best I can through the process. Um, but yeah, so and actually we're using a different color today. So the first thing I have is that I'm getting rid of my good board. You do not use your good board. You need a mat cutter, which most of you probably have, but I just have my glass desk since I do a lot of clay. Um, so I just have a piece of cardboard here. This is actually a piece of Bristol board, but you could just cut up an Amazon box to use. And then I have a piece of ivory, very light cardstock. So that is what I'm starting with. And then the other thing I did is I printed out some designs that I want to use in a journal. And well, good morning, Diana Faring. I'm glad you joined me. Um, And what I did is I cut the white part off and then I cut them into strips. And I will tell you, we're going to cut this down after. You can get smaller pieces for your smaller journals. Um, but I cut the white border off because that's what happens, when you print off of your home printer. But go ahead and use your scrapbook paper. Go ahead and use your scraps. But I like to cut on the long edge because it's much easier to weave the paper through than it is. Hey, Deborah, come on in. Um, than it is the short edge. Because I was doing that this morning, and that's actually why this ended up getting so skinny, was my short edges were really hard to weave through and giving me a problem. All right, so let's just get started. Okay, so I cut strips out of all my prints that I had, and they do coordinate. Now, you need my X-Acto knife is kind of dull. So, I tried to use it and it wasn't cutting through. So I had to grab my utility knife. And those that know me are probably freaking out right now, but I'm gonna give it a whirl. So, and you can do these straight, and if you do them straight, you don't need, you just need a backing. And then you just start, I'm kind of diving into something a little more. Let's back up here a second. You just lay your sheets down, and this is an under and over process. Under, over. No, under, over, under. And you just keep repeating that, and then you start to get a pattern. And then the next one you go over, under, over. And you can do a mishmash. I mean, you can have them be crooked if you want. Like, you can get really cool things out of this. Or you can button them up, or you can butt them up all against each other. Like, it's so fun. It's so, so fun. But what we're gonna do today is I really like doing this wavy pattern. And the other thing is, when you cut your strips, if you wanna take your scissors to them, you can use your pinking shears or your decorative trim scissors, or you can cut, the waves right out of your paper. I didn't do that, because this is only the third thing I've done. I'm not pretending to be. You use your paper cutter? Um, that's how I did all of these, Molly. I was like, I am not cutting all of these down one by one. If I was working on something really big and it would be easier to do that, but I'm just saying, because there's people out there that'll sit for 3 days and cut the edges off these things. Like, that's not me. So I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. What I am gonna do though, and I recommend you can use washi tape, but I found washi tape was actually peeling away some of my paper. But I happen to have, it's purple, it's 3M's delicate surface tape, and it's even a little it's like art tape, I guess. I don't know. I just happen to have it. So I'm going to tape down on my desk the top of this. Um and the bottom. Now, you don't necessarily need to do the bottom, but I do wanna leave myself. I didn't cut off enough. I hope now I'm crooked. Alright, guys, well, we're gonna watch it crooked. Um, so you just wanna go in. Who's who's like, "Don't cut yourself, don't cut yourself." There's no rhyme or reason to it. And you don't wanna go all the way through the bottom. I think I might just have, but that's okay. And I'm trying to do mine a little thinner than I did my last one, which in the end makes for more work, but it doesn't matter. This is a totally random pattern, and then it all comes together. And you just don't want to go over the line that you did just right before this. So, like I said, you might need to pack your patience with me today because it might take a little while. So, did everybody have a good weekend? What did everybody do? We did not have one picnic. I was packing stuff up from the sale I had. And got a little, well, it actually it looks fine. I was gonna say, not to like, safety first, but the quicker you go, the smoother of a wave you'll get. And this is going through my board on the back. It's probably because 'cause I'm so heavy-handed. Ooh, that one's getting kinda close. I'm gonna bring her back out. Almost there, guys, almost there. Oh, Patricia, didn't you just have that done? We are going to do some paper weaving. I kind of already went over the basics, in my crazy mind. Now, I kinda got a little more crooked than I want here, but that's okay. Let's just see what happens. Alright, I survived. I'm serious, be careful with those suckers, though, especially when I'm like, the quicker you go, the easier it is. Yeah, I know. Okay, so I think I'm gonna leave no, I gotta undo the bottom, okay? So you take your tape off. Again, it's delicate surface tape, I recommend. I tried to use the washi tape you'll see people use a lot, but it was ripping away my paper, so I don't wanna do that. Okay, and I don't know how far we'll get with this one because I chose to do very intricate, but as you can see, these are all picking up. So we're gonna do the same thing I was just showing you. It's okay if there's white on the end. This is gonna get cut off at the end. I do try to trim my borders. Can you guys forgive me for a second? John, can you shut that door? My husband's on vacation this week, so he slept in. Um, and it's sometimes I find it easier to go through the center. Now there is a tool under, over, under, over, under, over. This is just what we're gonna do, and I'll go so far to show you guys. Um, there is a tool that's sold on Etsy, and it's called a paper weaving tool, and it's a long metal piece. It looks like a surgical instrument, and it has, tweezers on the end, and it helps this process go much, much faster. Now, once in a while, somebody's gonna get a little stuck. So you just need to go in, you don't need to recut it, I hope. Or maybe. I don't know, this thing's so dull. Okay, there, that worked. And then, you just go up as far as you can. It's getting stuck here again. But I was pretty close to the top, so I'm comfortable with where that is. That's how easy this is. Oh, you're doing the left eye today. Hey, Cassie, good to see you. I think I just saw you last night on Terry's live. I can't remember. All right, and then this one, you wanna go and if you want to glue these as you go, you can. I may just get to that point in a second here. But I'm trying to get the most real estate I can out of this sheet. Work from the bottom if you don't have that tool. Under, over, and again, maybe we won't do the whole thing. I can finish it. I am gonna come back this afternoon at 3 o'clock is my plan. I didn't post that this morning because I wasn't 100% sure of where I was gonna be. Um, but I'm definitely confident we can do more this afternoon. And that gives me time to work on some things. Now, you have a choice here, too. You can have them, go as close as possible, one up against the other, or you can leave space in between. So, I'm not sure yet. So, I wanna get a few rows done and see the style that I want. I thought I saw you. I thought I did. And I just have, like, these different prints that I mean, I kinda just made them in my program, but go ahead and use your scrapbook paper. I'm just using regular printer paper, probably not the easiest to work with, but and then again, you're alternating the rows. Do I have this right? Yeah, I have this right. You're alternating the rows as you're going through. Do you guys want me to zoom in or can you see? I'm happy to zoom in if you want me to. I just have to make sure I pay attention to my camera so I don't get you out of frame, but that's no problem. Hi, Jackie. Okay, good. It's hard for me to tell until I watch the replay sometimes. I'm like, "Man, I was super close the whole time," but I couldn't tell on my screen when it went during the actual live. I just wanna make sure we're going through this whole process that now, I'm not being specific. Well, I guess I need a green one. Now here I go. Now I'm gonna start getting specific. I can already tell this is gonna look so pretty, I can't pick it up. And maybe we'll just go halfway down and then I'll finish the rest before this afternoon because there's a couple other things. Or maybe we'll all just sit here. But yeah, I'm a big YouTube watcher because I'm self-taught. Um, I'm a graphic designer by trade, so I've been doing that for over 30 years. I'm so happy with this. So I think with our flowers, let me find, hold on, excuse me. I'm like in your face. Like these are the ones I want to use in the journal too. So by blowing them up and cutting them out, I really need to get me one of those tools. They are $6.95. Does anybody have one of those tools? Has anybody done paper weaving? I just think it adds I'm always looking for new ideas for junk journaling because I feel like sometimes I get caught into the same old envelope, tag, tab. Hi, Kathy. I could sit on YouTube all day long, but when I find somebody that I like, I feel like I can't stop watching them. Even before I came on, I was watching something else, which is I have another junk journal thing I'm gonna share, but when we get to that point. But oh gosh, yeah, I get addicted. Totally addicted. Well, I have enough paper here to do about 10 of these, but we might need that many. I would never do all of them on camera with you. So don't worry. Okay, now I'm starting to have an issue as I'm moving down. So this is where I'm using this. You use whatever you use. I'm using this art glitter. And I am going to get a piece of hair in it. Oh, for the love of God. All right. because I'm not changing this. I can already tell I'm happy with it. So I'm gonna just go, you're gonna get every other row, and this is just gonna help tack it down. See, this one already came out. I do like working on the back with cardstock. Now this other one I did, when you get done, if you're not using the back, like if you have double-sided paper, you actually can get a double sheet out of this and fold it in half. And then now you have 4 pages for your journal. Anybody that's new, this is what we're using. Yeah, I just started trying this. I love the pin nozzle on it. But anyway, I just instead of gluing every little single tab down, I just took masking tape and put it all along the back. And it worked fine, and it actually gave it a little bit of weight. So I was like, "Okay, that works." So these are still like they're not all in. I just did the one side. It technically you should flip over the back and then glue down the other sides, and we will do that. See, my board got cut up. That's why you have to have a cutting mat. And this is my genius idea. Come on, fella. This is why I said it's easier to have longer strips of paper, much longer than what you need, because they're gonna twist and turn on you, and you're gonna have to stop and figure it out. And then at the ends, they might not be even. And that's what happened in my last one. Okay, I think I need another red one. Let's use this guy. Like literally a piece of my hair fell out. It's getting into everything. As you can tell, I didn't do my whole beauty routine this morning. I was like, ponytail it is. All right. Over, under, over. Yeah, I did. I took a utility knife. Um, hold on. I don't want to lose my, that's the only thing you have to pay attention when you're doing this. But man, I really want to get that tool that makes this go so much faster. You know how much you could get done? Um, Real quick, Kathy, I taped with delicate surface tape the top and the bottom down on, I don't have a cutting mat, so I have just a piece of cardboard here. And then I took my utility knife and I just freehanded it. I think it looks okay. And then we're doing every other row. This one was on top, so this one's going to start on the bottom, and then you do under, over, under, over, under, over. When you get to the bottom, this gets tricky. I was getting so frustrated when I did my last one because you don't have room. I mean, you're literally weaving these and they tighten together. I feel like I'm getting quicker though the more I do. I do? Oh, Cassie, you're so sweet. Thank you. I have a toothache and I actually have a little abscess going on, and I'm like, my gosh, I had to go look in the mirror because it feels like it's really swollen, but I don't think you can really see it. So here I am. Because I almost just went on the desktop and not on the camera, but I know people don't like that. So you like looking at the top of my head for this project, obviously. um, Maybe we will do this if you guys are just bear with me here, because then I can move on to the next step with this because we're almost done. And I don't need to go all the way to the bottom, but I want to just do a couple more rows. This looks so cool. I don't want to move my camera because then I'm going to have to readjust it back and everybody's going to be rolling their eyes at me. But yeah, I just put my hand underneath to help guide where everything is. And working on this cardstock, it's so forgiving that you're able, I mean, if it was regular paper, I would worry it's gonna tear. And this cardstock's the really, really thin stuff. I think it's the 62 pound, but I did like using the ivory. Come on, little guy. Find another. We'll use this one next. Yeah, well, I don't want to go to the dentist, so I hate the dentist. I hate the I hate going to the dentist. I hate that you have to pay for stuff when it hurts, and I don't mind. I'm really good about getting my teeth clean, but my teeth went to crap after I had cancer. I mean, the chemo just did a number on them, and so I was like, well, I kind of went out of order, and I don't think it matters. I didn't realize that as I was talking away. Here's a nice solid green one. So, oh, see, this is okay. So I'm going to stop and I'm going to glue down what's not glued down. This is the last time I did this, you guys. This is where I ran into a problem too. Was when I started getting towards the more towards the bottom. And if these were shorter papers, I would really have an issue. Yeah, I love this glue. I love Fabri-Tac too, but the nozzle, I mean, God, you turn it over and the whole kit and caboodle comes out with it. This isn't quite dry yet, but let's see if this helps. So this one is much thinner than this one I did. This one, I mean, look how wide they were. And these are about 1/2 inch strips. And we're going to do something really cool as soon as I'm done with this. Let me show you something else. Okay, Cassie. Well, thank you for coming in and saying hi. Have a good day. Oh, that was Kimberly. Kimberly, hi. I didn't see you were here. All right. Almost done. I told you guys you had to pack your patience for this one, but I was thinking about just doing a tutorial on YouTube. Um, then I'm like, nah, I'll just do this. We're getting to the end here because this is getting really hard. So I may say we're done after this one. I may try one more, but then that's it, man. Because I'm starting to see my paper is like, stop beating me up. Come on, come on. But you can leave as much room as you want in between each row. You don't have to do what I'm doing. Should I try one more? Let's just see. But this will definitely be the last one. Oh, it gets so difficult. And then this isn't glued down. Come on, little buddy. We got friends watching us. Yeah, this is definitely the last one. I don't care. This guy got so skinny down here. All right, we're almost there. Wonder if I try to go underneath. Bear with me a second. And then through here. Oh, come on, we're almost there. Okay. Right? Something's getting jumbled somewhere. I think I just did it down here. Something isn't right. It's right here. Okay. Pull your ends before you glue them down. So I'm going to go ahead wherever I didn't glue real quick. Just these three. And you're going to lose where you glued, but it helped. It really helped getting this done. And now I lost my, oh, here it is. Oh my gosh, like don't use my pen. All right. I love this. I really like this one too. Okay. So then the next thing I do is Molly, you'll appreciate this. Oh, like I was saying, if you're using double-sided paper, then you have this design on the back, which even just being the white and ivory is really, really pretty. So you just have to glue down wherever you trim it. Or, which is what we're going to do. Or like this one, I just put masking tape on it because I'm only going to use this one-sided because I have to now. So let's do that. Let me pull off this tape. I'm just going to set it here in case I need it again. And then I'm just going to glue down these sides. And then we're going to cut windows into these, but we're going to do it on the bigger one. Well, I'm going to try because my knife is... So remember, we already glued down the front. Now we're gluing down the back. And then we're going to trim this. Just take a second here. I hear my dogs outside barking, but my husband's here. What do you guys think? Have you done this before? Do you think it looks cool? Like my mind is just running away with ideas of how I can use these in my journals and my folios, which is what we're going to be doing. I think I already mentioned that. And then remember, if you're cutting it down to a certain size, you're going to have to go back in and glue unless you're taping the back of it. But I think now we're ready to trim it. And here comes the paper trimmer. It can be a little interesting to get it in here at first. But I just want to cut off these edges as best I can. And then, you know, look at how cute this is. you could use this in your junk journal somewhere. I'm saving this one. These, I don't know. Oh, has it, Molly? I've never done it. They say everybody does it in school, like as kids. And if we did, I wasn't paying attention that day because I surely don't remember it. So yeah, so I'm gonna bring this one up a little more so I can get, look at that. This would be so fun. Okay. Um, I'm probably at this point right now not gonna cut any more off of this because the top and bottom, we glued the sides and the top and bottom. It did not cut all the way through the top and the bottom. So it's holding everything in place. But now I have a two-sided piece. So if you have two-sided scrapbook paper or you print double-sided on your printer, I mean, that would just be so pretty. And then when you fold your pages, you get 4 pages out of it. That didn't take us too long, did it? Well, maybe it did. Yeah, and again, you don't have to do the waves, and you can wave these too. That looks really cool, but as we were saying, I didn't have the patience for that. You can just do them straight. And you can butt them up against each other so you don't see any of your background behind it. I just did this on a card, a piece of scrap I had. So there's so many different ways to do this, but then I wanted to do something. I wanted to show you how to put little windows in here. Now, this may not work, and if it doesn't work, we're not going to do it. But I want to try something. Okay, so I learned this little tip that if I wanted to, okay, so you take a like an old gift card or credit card and you cut it up and you just have a point on one side because you don't want to cut through the paper on the back. So I'm using this little one that I have. I don't think this, well, I'll try. And then maybe, because this is a pencil, so I can always erase it. Maybe I'll just do like this little guy. All right, let's just see if this works. Now, I cannot follow my pencil line worth a darn. But you have this credit card back here, or gift card, whatever you're using. There, it worked. Now I got to erase the, God only knew we were in erasers. I'm not going to look for it. We're on a live. But now I put a little window in there. Where are we? Right here. Put a little window in there. So you could do stuff like that. And then what else could we do? We could also take, I don't know, I have this Sharpie pen. Let me start over here, see if I even like it. You can go, like, you can doodle on it. And you don't have to do every one. Let me just do a few and then I'll finish this. I'm just doing little, I'm not doing dots. You could do dots if you wanted. Thanks, Kathy. The genius part is when you go to cut it up for the size that you need, it's not so overwhelming. It looks really cool. So before I put everybody to sleep, I'm just gonna do this one down here, and then I'll finish this off camera. And I will be back on at 3 o'clock today if anybody's around. And we can wait, let me do this one. And then I'll hold it up. And this one. See, I think this is the kind of thing once you start, you just have to keep going because and you don't have to do did I already say this? You don't have to do every one. Do whatever your brain wants. And then we could even come in here and put dots. We could come in here if you are really patient, you could come in and cut other shapes out. I'm not that patient. Um, yeah. I was actually gonna do that on this one. I forgot. I don't know if I'm crazy about that little window, but we're gonna make it work. If I need to, I'll take a little embellishment and it will go right there. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm really happy. I'm thrilled. This was just a happy accident that we always talk about. It does add interest, I think. But this is awesome. And they're every other one. So now I have this for my journal. Even they could be even little tags that hang on the outside. Yay, happy accidents. I love them so much. Okay, so I guess I've only been on here for 45 minutes. It's so cohesive. And like I said, I'm gonna have this print. But you could take any of your papers that don't even go together and just put them all together, and it would look so cool when it's done. Need to do one other quick thing here. Now, I already have these cut up, so we're gonna just use these. And I started to do this before. You hear my dog? She's outside. All the windows are shut, and I can hear. Under, over, under, over. These are just all perfectly square. Let me just do 2 more rows, just so we can get the gist of let me get a green one in here. Oh, it's not all that green, but it's got oh, here's one. This one might be better. Oh my gosh, I can't, they're stuck together. Under, over, under, over. Now this guy fell out. This is why when you do it this way, you have to tape down or glue down the top. Okay, I'm not gonna do any oh, this has to go under any more. But this would be a tight pattern. Oh, this whole guy fell out. That's okay. You guys get the gist. Little prayer flags. I'll tell you. So imagine if you kept going. Imagine if you didn't. You could only use this as a border on one of your journals. Wouldn't that be so cool? You could cut them a lot thinner too. You could. I don't know. That's about as skinny as I can go on my cutter. But I'm just playing around having fun with this, so I wanted to come on this morning and show you. Well, my plan is today is to continue to work on stuff and get these together. And then like this afternoon, um, yeah, and then like this afternoon come back and then do the cover for the journal, I think, and do the signature. And I have a new way. It's new to me. You guys, some of you are journal experts, but it's new to me. Um, did you, Molly? I love it. I just kind of was putting it together. I'm like, whoop, stop, girl, stop. This would look awesome as just a border. You just even use two. And then I had another idea too, but we're not gonna do it because I have no idea where my frame is. But like for example, so and if you guys missed Friday night, you can it's still order from my replay. I make castings that you can use in your journals or your mixed media projects. Um, but you can weave through like, you can take an actual piece or take a piece of cardboard and cut it and then do it. Hold on, I'm losing this guy because he's like, "Girl, you're trying to do too much at once." Um, I'm gonna get him all wrinkly. That's okay. Here, I wanna show you guys. You can weave through a piece like that. Or take the weave we just put together and frame it. I know I say this all the time, but the possibilities really are endless. They really, really are. Okay. I thought that was gonna take us, like, way over an hour, and it didn't, and I'm not, I'm not to here, hold on. I'm not totally prepared to jump into something else right now, um, because I gotta walk away, I gotta think about what we just did, and then work on some more stuff before I come back this afternoon. So, you guys have a great day. I appreciate you being here. Please come back at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We're going to take what we just did. I'm going to work on it a little more. I'll walk you through what I did, and we're going to get going on. I'm not sure if it's going to be a junk journal or a folio, um, but I'll be back and we'll do something else. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this and appreciate all of you so much. And I'll see you later. Bye.